I'm like an odd duck, I think. I'm neither. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I've done some stand-up, but my stand-up is not stand-up. It's more storytelling. I've done a lot of acting, but I'm not really an actor because my default is to improvise, and writers don't like that. So I'm in the in-between world, which is been a problem for me in my career. Like, where do I fit in? Until now, I've kind of had to forge my own way.
I was going to say, it sounds like you created a niche for yourself.
Yeah.
It's like when Stallone writes Rocky for himself, or Billy Bob Thornton does the Sling Blade.
Yeah.
Create something that suits your needs.
Absolutely. I've had to do it because it's the only way I can get work. I've had to create my own venue for myself. And I associate with people who do that, who are more entrepreneurial and want to want to make their own thing. Right. I'm into that. I'm into making my own thing. I love producing. It's a big part of who I am, and so I've kind of put those skills together.
Was that a conscious effort?
Yeah. I would get work. I would be able to get work as a writer. I'd get work as an actor, but they were separate, and I always felt kind of disjointed, and I really wanted to be able to put them together and do something where I could, get my ideas out there via me.
Right.
And
was there a penultimate moment when that kicked in?
I was working with a trio, an improv trio, and we were very successful, but we kind of just never broke through. And the other two members in my group were actors, and they work a lot as actors, and they were comfortable with that. But I always wanted to be able to take the show as it was and do something with it. And we went to the Montreal Comedy Festival, and we were performing there, and we got some interest from some development people, but we got a lot of interest from casting people. And my two partners were more interested in going out to dinner with the casting people than with the development people. And I was so frustrated with it. And I was talking with a friend of mine who now happens to be my agent, who said, look, why don't you do something solo for you? And I had never really done that. I'd always been a part of collaborative, troupe things. And I finally took her advice, and I created a series of solo performances, 6 90-minute shows that were not written really. They were structured, very very precisely structured formats. But I ended up doing them in Santa Monica, and then I did them off Broadway in New York, and that really changed everything for me.
How so?
I just started to get a taste of the fact that I had something to say, and that I had something specific to say to an audience. That it was okay for me to be out front, to be the lead, and that kind of changed the way I started focusing my career. I always shied away from that. I could fly solo, and I was producing it. I was in charge of it. I wrote it. I had a director who was a partner of mine who helped me put it together. It just gave me a new kind of just empowered me in a new way.
That's right.
And I think that really changed things for me.